Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Gurok here, your casual gamer dad, coming at you guys with one last hurrah of a video. It'll be a short one, but before the new member of our small family arrives within, geez, by the time you guys are watching this, less than 24 hours, I figured I would do a quick video on the newest patch release for Final Fantasy XIV. That is right, that's patch 6.28, and there's not much to go over here, guys. In fact, it's a lot less than I thought it was going to be. Like, I knew the whole like point of patch 6.28 was the quote-unquote job balance patch, where they'd be doing potency increases and such, but I thought it was also going to be the patch where we got the next stage of the Alliance raid, and maybe even the second step of the new relics, so that when the next patch 6.35, I think, came out, we'd be able to do both the third and fourth steps of the relics and continue on, so on and so forth. But I guess I was wrong. I guess I don't know. My timelines must be all messed up because all we got in 6.28 is just potency increases, a little bit of PvP, not much, but we'll go over that very briefly here in a moment. As always, I will link the official patch notes down in the description below. Of course, we're going to show them here, but this is just going to be a quick overarching thing. Okay, so let's go. Let's dive in. All right, battle systems. All right, this is the PvE increases. Thoughts on these? Some of them are good. Some of them were necessary. Some of them I'm a little confused by, and I'm not sure if they really did much of anything. So starting off right at the top, and this is where I'm going to have a bit of a rant going on here. Warrior got some buffs. Warriors got some buffs. Yes. You can see here, Fell Cleave potency has been increased from 470 to 490, and Upheaval has been increased in potency from 360 to 370. It's not much. It's definitely welcome. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's definitely a very welcome thing. I was not expecting Warrior to get anything, period. So this is definitely a welcome thing, and I think most warriors will agree with me, but is it enough? No. I think we need a little more than just this. Yes, it aligns with burst windows, but with Fell Cleave, but it's still just it's not enough. Now, I haven't tested all of this myself just yet, so I do apologize. This is not coming from experience, but just from number crunching and, you know, forum trolling, and not trolling, but you know what I mean, just going around on the, you know, certain forums and stuff. I have quite a bit of information on it that I feel like for those who do Savage raiding at a top end level, they're going to be heavily disappointed by that. And I came across some of these here. So first of all, I'm just going to weasel this in here, see if you guys can see that this chart here. 6.28 PV buffs. This is for RDPS. And if you don't know what RDPS is, I'm not going to explain it here. That can be a whole separate video. Let me know in the comment section below if you want an explanation. But basically, this is a comparison. The white bar is from 6.25. The orange bar is from 6.28. You can see Warrior here is first. This is where they were, and this is where they're anticipated to be now. It's not much. It's not even 2%. It's like 1.5%, if even that, give or take. Yeah, it even says right here 1.23%, so it's not even a full 1.5%. Reaper, this is where Reaper was. This is where Reaper is now. They got almost a 2% buff. Bard, negligible, in my opinion. A point, and not even a full 1% is god awful. It shouldn't even be mentioned. Machinist made out like a bandit this time around. 2.61% damage buff, and that was necessary. I don't play Machinist, but I know those who main Machinist, and they have been very dissatisfied. The only thing keeping them going, as far as playing their favorite job, has just been their love for the job, period. It's just flat out how it is. So this is happy. I'm happy to see this. I'm happy for you Machinist mains, and those who are interested in playing Machinist. Here you go. Black Mage, a 1.63% damage increase. Was this necessary? No, I don't think it was. But I also don't know what the actual changes are just yet because I've only skimmed these. So if it had something to do with mobility, maybe it was necessary. But if it's just raw damage, I don't think it was necessary. Black Mage were already stomping. So, Summoner, a 1.43% increase. This is another one that kind of shocked me. Summoners have already been like pretty decent. But, I mean, hey, you know, Summoner is my favorite caster class to play right now. So I'll take anything I can get. And Red Mage, an almost 2%, 1.92% increase. Was this needed? I don't know. Judging from where they were at 6.25, kind of dead on with Summoner and a little bit behind Black Mage. I don't think it was needed, but I don't play Red Mage, so maybe it was. And then here's Sage. They got a 1.60% damage increase. You guys know I don't know jack shit about healers, so was this necessary? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I have another chart that I'm going to drag over here for this warrior madness going on here. So you've heard me gripe about this before. Okay. You've heard me gripe about this before. How job balance in almost any RPG or MMO setting is just outrageous. Like you can never have everyone be happy, and that's bound to happen when you have multiple jobs or classes that can fill the same role. You will always have those that are unhappy. Sometimes casters will be better and the melee will be unhappy. Sometimes melee will be better and the casters will be unhappy. Sometimes tanks are awesome. Sometimes tanks suck. It just is what it is. All right. It's going to happen. You can't make everybody happy, but you can balance everything in a way so that you can play whatever the hell you want and it's not going to have the biggest effect on anything. It really isn't. And I've always enjoyed kind of touting the fact that Final Fantasy XIV has been actually very good at doing that. Not since it, and I want to put a disclaimer right here, big old disclaimer. This is going to be coming from the point of view of a warrior main who primarily plays tanks. So I'm not going to touch on DPS roles when I explain this. So if you feel like I'm slighting you by not being like, oh, well, monks are doing so good and black mages aren't, so they needed the buff, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm not focusing on damage dealers right now. Okay, that could be a whole separate video. Right now, I'm doing tanks. Okay, tanks. Now, not like from midway, like I want to say 2 point. When was the Great Warrior rework? I think it was 2.1. From 2.1 all the way up to Endwalker. Tank balance has actually been relatively okay. A couple hiccups here and there, but they brought it back in line real quick, and things are good. Shadowbringers was the they perfected tank balance in Shadowbringers. It didn't matter what tank you brought to a fight, whether it was normal, a dungeon, a savage, an extreme. It didn't matter. You could bring any of the 4 tanks and you could clear it just fine. Didn't matter. That's how awesome they were balanced. Okay. And now take a look at this. Take a look at this shit right here. Okay, right here. They're kind of taking steps backwards. They're going back to a Realm Reborn here in Endwalker. And this has been a problem that we have spoken about. You know, it was documented in the most current Savage raid here, and I know I don't raid Savage, but I do follow it. And it has been documented and recorded heavily that groups, you know, I know they've changed the fights quite a bit since then, but on initial release, groups would bring like a Dark Knight Warrior combo for tanking, and they couldn't clear it. They'd back out, the warrior would switch to, say, Gunbreaker, and they would clear it. Nothing changes, nothing different, same gear, just because the Gunbreaker does more damage, they could clear it. That should never, ever happen. Ever. And I've always liked to brag about the fact that since they had that hiccup back in 2.0, with warriors being literally pretty much useless as far as tanking goes, and then 2.1 came out and they reworked it. Now warriors were actually worth shit. Tank balance has been pretty good ever since then. Like again, a couple of hiccups in Heaven's Ward, couple of hiccups in Stormblood, but you could always bring whatever the hell you want and clear shit. Now they're going backwards again, and it's becoming a problem. I mean, look at this, okay? Old RDPS rankings, this is from 6.25. Warriors were at 6.929. Gunbreaker, 7154. That may not seem like a lot on the surface, but it is. It's pretty big. Okay, so check this out, okay? If I bust out the old calculator, all right, I'm going to do some off-screen math here for a second. If you take 7154 and you subtract 6929, I'm doing big brain math here. This is the disparity right here, 225 DPS. And that obviously this is not in percentage, but 225 DPS. That's significant. That is huge. That's massive. Okay. Now, this is 6.28, our DPS rankings, okay? This is with the 1.25% buff included for Warrior, okay? Gunbreaker is still sitting at 7154. Now, this isn't exact. You know, chances are Dark Knights are stomping just as hard as this, so don't be like, oh my god, Dark Knights got nerfed. No, they didn't. This is probably just, you know, an average amount of parses at a 95th percentile, okay? And then we subtract 7,016, which is where anticipated warriors will be, okay? And look, we go from 220 to 138. That's the difference in DPS, just raw DPS numbers, okay? That is still shit. Okay, that is still unacceptable. Okay, very much unacceptable. Look, this is the different, like, look. It is only a matter of 61 DPS between Paladin and Gunbreaker. That's a little bit better, but still could be lower. The optimal number would be if they insist on keeping Warrior as the lowest damage dealing tank, which is fine, they need to make sure that Warrior's chugging out enough DPS to be 50 DPS behind these two. And then Paladin should be like 25. It should be so minuscule, the difference between the jobs in the damage done, that it doesn't matter who the hell you bring. Just like it was in Shadowbringers, that's how it should be here in Endwalker. And I really hope it doesn't take them the entire expansion to get it that way, because that would be a really big drag. This is a step in the right direction, Squeenix, just so you know. This Warrior buff is very much welcome. I'm very happy with it, but it needs to be more. I'm not asking for the world. I don't want to be top dippers. I just want to be competitive. That's all. That's all I want. Alright. Time to quicken the video up. I'm not going to rant anymore. Alright. What else do we got? So Reaper. Lemur Slice. Potency has been increased from 200 to 220. Plentiful Harvest. Changed from 520 to 800 to 720 to 1000. And Communio. Changed from 1000 to 1100. So not big buffs, but good enough, you know, gave him a little bit of an increase. The Negligible Bard, Imperial Arrow, potency increase from 200 to 230. I feel like this is kind of a slap in the face. Like if bards, I don't know the situation with bards at the moment, but if bards were in need of damage increases, just like taking this and giving it 30 more potency and just be like, here you go. Have fun. Keep playing your harps and your flutes and shoot arrows. Bye. That's just kind of, you might as well just not have done it. You might as well just been like, nah, let's just leave this out until like we get better stuff for them, because that's just like, it's just sad. It's just sad, you know. Machinist. This is what everyone's been waiting for here. Is Machinist. All you Machinist mains, drink in the glory of these potency buffs. Okay, Heat Blast, potency from 180 to 200. That's pretty good. Drill, 580 to 600. Nice. Air Anchor, 580 to 600. And Wildfire, potency for each weapon skill landed has been increased from 220 to 240. And Chainsaw, potency increased from 580 to 600. So it looks like you got a 20 potency buff to all of these abilities. And that's pretty good. That is good. That almost 3% buff is good. And I'm happy to see that. Congratulations, Machinist. I hope that puts you in a much better position. I really do. Black Mage, Foul, potency increase from 560 to 600. That's massive, and I feel like unnecessary, but okay. Xenoglossy, potency increase from 760 to 800. Again, that's 760 to 800. That's like a 40 potency increase. Like, okay. Sure. Enochian. Improvement to Enochian's magic damage increase has been changed from 20% to 21%. See, now I feel like they're just like throwing shit to Black Mage just because it's like, you know, the dev's like favorite like love child at the moment. You know, Yoshi P used to be a warrior main. We got a whole rework. Now I think he's a Black Mage main. I feel like they're just tossing stuff at Black Mage just to be like, here, have a whopping 40 potency increase to all this shit. And then, oh, we got to do something with Enochian. Fuck it, give it an extra percent. Make it go from 20 to 21%. Do it. Like, did they even really need it in the first place? I don't know. You guys tell me. Like, seriously, leave a comment. Let me know. Did they really need this? And, like, is this even worth it? 1%? Really? I don't know. It's almost as much of a slap in the face as Imperial Arrow, you know? But what do I know, right? Arcanist slash Summoner. Now, these ones are pretty interesting. So, Fester got a potency increase from 300 to 340. So, 40% or just a 40 potency increase here. I feel like I do feel like Fester didn't hit as hard as I feel like it should, so I think this one was pretty good. And then you have your primal abilities like Inferno, Earth and Fury, and Aerial Blast, who have all gotten a 50 potency increase from 700 to 750. So on one hand it's kind of like that seems like a lot, but at the same time I feel like those abilities being what they are should pack like a massive punch. So it's like it's kind of like I feel like maybe it was too much, but at the same time like it really should like have an impact. It should really hit like a ton of bricks. So I'm happy to see these. It'll get me to play more Summoner. Red Mage, okay. What did Red Mage get? So they got Enchanted Riposte going from 220 to 280. That's pretty massive. Enchanted I'm gonna butcher this word. Chahau increase from 100 to 150. Combo potency from 290 to 340. So again, pretty massive increase. Enchanted Redoublement potency from 100 to 130. Combo 470 to 500. Again, pretty massive. Red Magic Mastery now increases the potency of Enchanted Riposte, Zwerchow, and Redoublement. So maybe this trait here is reflecting these massive boosts, which would make sense then, instead of just saying like, hey, have a potency increase. They're going, you're getting potency increases, but it's more coming from this right here. I could probably check that out when I log into game next. I'll let you know. Sage, how do you say this? Phlegma 3, potency increase from 510 to 600, which again, that's a massive boost, and I'm not sure if it was really needed, because if I'm not mistaken, sages were some of the best damage dealing healers. I mean, granted, majority of my experience is in dungeons, so it doesn't really count, but still, like, if I see a sage, I'm like, yeah, you know, warrior sage combo is the new warrior scholar combo, man. It's nasty. No one ever dies, and fucking everybody does tons of damage. It's great. All right, let's quicken this up here. PvP adjustments. There have been some. I don't have much to comment on these since, you know, I only really PvP if there's, you know, rewards that I like, and I'm not really a fan of Bounty this time, so I've been slacking. But nevertheless, Dark Knight, Eventide, this is their limit break. The time to required to fill the limit gauge has been increased. Ooh, no more limit breaks as often. Potency has changed from 10,000 to 28,000 to 6,000 to 24,000. That's interesting. So they nerfed the low end of it, but they boosted the top end of it. That's very interesting. Okay. I'm not sure why. The why behind this is a little... Okay. Gunbreaker. Okay, drawn junction. While under the effect of junction healer, targets in the area of effect of certain actions will now be healed even when obstructed by objects. That's pretty good. That seemed kind of like silly. You know, area of effect just like getting blocked by somebody behind a boulder. Nebula. Potency of damage reflected increased from 3,000 to 4,000. That's pretty good. Aurora, regen potency increased from 3 to 4. Okay. Relentless Rush shrapnel effect now also reduces target damage dealt by 4%. Ah, a little bit of damage reduction, huh? Good. Alright. They're giving Gunbreaker some love in PvP. I always felt like Gunbreaker PvP was a little meh. So this is good. Monk. This is a job I have to do more PvP on so I can do the PvP review. What'd they get? Snap Punch. Potency increased by 1,000. Holy crap. 5 to 6. Demolish. Potency increased from 5 to 6,000. Again. And Riddle of Earth. Recast time has been reduced from 30 to 25 seconds. Damn. They are just like... They're just handing wins to monks. Huh? That's pretty nasty. Those are some good buffs. Alright. Ninja Shikuchi. Hidden effect duration reduced from 5 to 4 seconds. Yep, sorry, ninjas. Huton. Huton? Huton? I don't know. Movement speed effect has been reduced. Damn. Ninja's got the nerf bat. Bard. Powerful shot. Movement speed while casting has been increased. That's pretty good. Mobility is a big part of Bard. Machinist. Blast charge. Movement speed while casting has been increased. Again, mobility on Machinist is a big thing. Bishop turret. To improve clarity of targeted area effect, the ground targeted radius has been increased from 1 to 5 meters. Jesus. Aether mortar. Duration of effects target's damage taken has been increased from 5 to 7 seconds. Barrier effect increased from 5 to 7 seconds. So some pretty big buffs for Machinist. I feel like they were already pretty nasty, but maybe survivability was a little bit. And then, yeah, improving the radius of this seemed kind of necessary. So, okay. Dancer, honing dance. Reduction to damage taken changed from 20 to 25%. That's good. Definitely need that. Dancer needs more survivability and more damage. So, step in the right direction. I feel like they could use a little more love. Black Mage, Soul Resonance. The Apocatasis effect has been removed. Oh. Well, shit. Am I going to have to relearn how to do this now? Great. Summoner, Ruin 3. Potency increased from 4 to 5,000. Astral Impulse increased from 6 to 7,500. Damn. Fountain of Fire increased from 4 to 5,000. Mega Flare. Targets in the area of effect will now take damage even when obstructed. Ooh, yeah, that was pretty sad. You know, when you drop Bahamut on a big group of dudes and like half of them are behind a pillar and nothing happens to them. So that's nice. That'll be good. Alright, 3 more jobs. Here we go. Red Mage. Magic Barrier. HP recovered via healing actions has been reduced from 20% to 10%. You've. Victoration reduced from 10 to 8. That's a nerf. Frazzle. Reduced HP recovery via healing actions has been changed from 20 to 10. Effect duration has been reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. Targets in the area effect will now be affected when obstructed. Okay, so it looks like they're fixing the whole clipping thing. This seems like... reduced HP recovery via healing actions. Yeah, this looks like it's a nerf as well. So they kind of nerfed Red Mage down a little bit. White Mage. Afflatus Misery. Range has been reduced from 30 to 25 yards. Yeah, fuck you, White Mages. Miracle of Nature. Range has been reduced from 15 to 10 yards. Good. Nothing was worse than a White Mage standing out of range of everybody and just being like, oh, I'm just gonna bloop, 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 bloop. I'm gonna throw AoEs and stun and hit everybody with everything, and no one has to worry about it. Hee hee. Like, yeah, fuck off. I'm not salty. Astrologian, the balance. Primary target and nearby party members of the hero will now be... Okay, so this is just like for the cards that they throw out. They will no longer be obstructed. Good. Okay, what else? Crystalline Conflict Season 3 will end and Season 4 will begin. Okay. When the season ends, the top 100 ranking players from each data center will receive vouchers via the mobile delivery service. Players finishing in bronze tier or higher can claim rewards by speaking to the Feast Quartermaster at Wolf's Den. Learn more about the rewards here. At the start of Season 4, all competitors will be placed 5 risers below where they finished Season 3 with 0 rising stars. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of talk about this. This is not the series. This is just the season. Okay, they are 2 separate things. The series rewards is the reward track that you have from the start of a major patch to the end of a major patch to finish. That's where you get your adventurer plate things, and you get your mounts or armor glamours or whatever from. The Crystalline Conflict is a season. Okay, they operate by seasons. Every, was it month or 2 months, they reset the season and they start a new one, and they give rewards. I don't know what the rewards are. I suppose we can check them out. Hopefully they'll be better than last time. Let's see. First, oh no, Venture Plate Kit, Venture Plate Kit. Okay, so it looks like this is what you get. Yep. Just adventure plate kits. So really nothing all that special, but if that's your thing, go for it. Don't panic. If you're shooting for this series rewards, level 25 reward, which is the mount, you still got plenty of time. You can still get it. This is just a season. They are not the same. Remember that. They are two different things. The only other things they added in 6.28 are some items are now dyeable. Valerian, Zenobian, yeah, all this stuff. I'm not going to go through the whole list. It's a bunch of dungeon gear, I think. It's now dyeable. I'm not sure what this is. I think it ties in with some other game that they're promoting. So if you were mad about these not being dyeable, well, they're dyeable now. So congratulations. And system update. They have opened up a new logical data center for the North America region. Data center is Dynamis. And these are the worlds: Halicarnassus, Maduin, Marlith, and Seraph. More stuff for new players or players who like to play alts and just want a fresh start. So here you go. Some bug fixes, and that is it. So there you have it, guys. That was patch 6.28. This has gone on a lot longer than I wanted to for a video, but I was ranting and raving, so as you know, that tends to happen. But yeah, overall, we've got job buffs, some that were needed, some that were a welcome surprise, some that were a welcome surprise and I feel like still not enough. There's more that could be done, and some that I am just confused and I'm not sure why they were there and were they even necessary. So there you have it. Really not much else to report. Obviously, as I've mentioned in my Gurok Talks episode for November, I'm going to be kind of MIA for a while. I will do what I can to get some content out to you guys, but it's going to be very sporadic. There'll be no schedule moving forward. If you want to get the full updates on why and where and how that's all going on, please check out my episode of Gurok Talks for this month of November. It should already be posted as it is the 1st. And I'm just going to close this video out, guys. I'll get out of here and I'll stop yapping at you. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more from my channel, if you want to see any and all of Final Fantasy XIV content that I create, or any of my other gaming series such as Skyrim or 7 Days to Die, or if you just want to catch me when I go live, please hit that subscribe button. I am 1 subscriber away from hitting my goal of 10 subscribers before the end of 2022, and I would love to make that happen. I have a little over a month to get that done, so help me grow, guys. Help my channel get bigger, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you very much. Have a great night.